Rent a Fake Boyfriend tells the thrilling and chaotic story of Hae-young, a woman whose life takes a dramatic turn when she decides to rent a fake boyfriend, Ji-wook. What begins as a simple arrangement for convenience spirals into a whirlwind of danger, betrayal, and unexpected emotions. The relationship between Hae-young and Ji-wook is anything but ordinary, and viewers are quickly drawn into their complicated world. The story kicks off with a shocking moment when, on their supposed wedding day, Ji-wook pushes Hae-young off a high building. As she falls, Hae-young feels a rush of emotions, from anger at herself for being seduced by his charm to pure rage at being caught in his trap. In that brief moment, she swears revenge, knowing she won't go down without a fight. Despite the terror of the fall, Hae-young remains fierce, refusing to accept defeat and yelling insults at Ji-wook. Surviving the fall is only the beginning of Hae-young's problems. After the incident, she is accused of workplace violence, and her position at work is threatened. Suspicion clouds her mind as she becomes convinced that Ji-wook is behind her misfortune, believing he reported her to the authorities. Her imagination runs wild, picturing scenarios in which Ji-wook pushes her off the building, then traps her in a coffin, all as part of his plot to destroy her career. However, Ji-wook's sudden appearance at her workplace throws her off balance. Ji-wook dramatically reveals to everyone in the office that he is not Hae-young's enemy, but her husband, leaving Hae-young in a state of shock. Forced to think on her feet, Hae-young has no choice but to admit the truth about their relationship, though it is a fabricated one. The HR department, now suspicious of her motives, questions whether she intentionally hid their marriage to secure Ji-wook a job in her team, which would be unfair to other employees. The tension builds as Hae-young struggles to maintain her position. At this critical moment, Yilin, one of Hae-young's colleagues, steps in to help. Yilin presents an evaluation form that Hae-young had filled out for Ji-wook, which surprisingly contains negative feedback. This report clears up the HR department's concerns, leading them to believe that the couple's issues are more personal than professional. Hae-young narrowly avoids disciplinary action, with her workplace violence incident now being viewed as nothing more than a marital spat. The relief is short-lived, however, as Hae-young and Ji-wook retreat to the rooftop to discuss their next move. Realizing that they have no other choice, the two decide to continue pretending to be a married couple. Hae-young encourages Ji-wook to keep up the act, and their relationship begins to blur the line between fake and real. Ji-wook, feeling frustrated by the lack of trust between them, starts to question Hae-young's intentions, especially when she seems to suspect him of betrayal. In an attempt to win back Ji-wook's trust, Hae-young proposes a trust fall game, hoping to prove her faith in him. She climbs onto a table, facing away from him, and asks him to catch her as she falls. But Ji-wook, unimpressed by this gesture, leaves her standing on the table alone. Hae-young, embarrassed, prepares to step down when she loses her balance and twists her ankle. At the last second, Ji-wook swoops in and catches her, holding her in his arms. This tender moment sparks an undeniable connection between them, and the fake marriage starts to feel more real than either of them anticipated. As office gossip about their relationship continues to swirl, Hae-young takes it upon herself to teach Ji-wook how to handle various situations, especially when it comes to dealing with her ex-boyfriend, who keeps questioning their relationship. Confident and determined, Ji-wook faces the ex head-on, shutting down his doubts with assertiveness. Hae-young can't help but be impressed by his ability to navigate these tricky situations. But the challenges don't stop there. Hae-young and Ji-wook must also deal with gossiping coworkers who feel uncomfortable with Ji-wook's presence. Sensing an opportunity, Hae-young cleverly turns the tables on them, assigning extra work to those who complain the most. This tactic works like a charm, and the gossipers quickly back down. The biggest test of their fake marriage comes from Hae-young's boss, who also happens to be a close friend. Known for being attracted to handsome men, the boss is a potential threat to their cover. Understanding the situation, Hae-young advises Ji-wook to use his good looks to distract her boss and keep the focus away from their relationship. Ji-wook plays along, charming the boss with a few well-placed compliments, and the plan works perfectly. Meanwhile, Ji-wook faces an unexpected threat from a mysterious figure who seems determined to uncover the truth about his and Hae-young's relationship. This person knows much about Ji-wook's past, but remains unaware of his current marriage. To make matters worse, the mysterious figure offers to help Ji-wook by getting rid of Hae-young, if that would make his life easier. Ji-wook, protective of Hae-young despite their complicated situation, firmly rejects the offer, warning the stranger not to interfere. The stranger, however, takes note of Ji-wook's emotional reaction, believing that it's a sign of weakness that can be exploited in the future. As the tension escalates, Hae-young realizes she needs to do something to keep their ruse believable. She heads to a jewelry store to rent wedding rings, but to her surprise, the store clerk informs her that Ji-wook has already purchased the rings. This revelation leaves Hae-young confused. Could Ji-wook actually have feelings for her? She starts to believe that there might be more to his actions than meets the eye. Her friends, however, are more skeptical, suggesting that Ji-wook might have bought the rings for someone else, perhaps even a new girlfriend. Meanwhile, another subplot unfolds involving Hae-young's colleague, Xiao Yan, who wakes up in a hospital bed, confused and scared. He is visited by the company president, who has gone out of his way to take care of Xiao Yan's hospital bills and even replaced his broken phone. The president's actions touch Xiao Yan, who begins to see him in a more positive light. Back at work, Hae-young and Ji-wook's relationship continues to evolve. Ji-wook goes out of his way to drive Hae-young to work and even buys her breakfast, showing a level of care that Hae-young finds both surprising and heartwarming. As they share breakfast together in the car, the atmosphere becomes more intimate, and the chemistry between them grows. Ji-wook reaches out to wipe a crumb from Hae-young's lips, and for a brief moment, it feels like they are no longer pretending. Their fake marriage faces another test when a group of reporters shows up at the company, wanting to interview Hae-young. At the same time, the company president mistakenly believes that the reporters are there to cover his recent charity work, only to discover that the true focus of the interview is Hae-young and Ji-wook. The president is shocked to learn that Ji-wook, whom he met at the charity event, is actually an employee at the company. In the final twist, it becomes clear that Ji-wook and Hae-young's fake relationship is no longer just a charade. As they navigate the complexities of their arrangement, feelings begin to emerge, leaving viewers eagerly awaiting what will happen next. Will their fake marriage turn into something real, or will the lies they've told catch up with them? Rent a Fake Boyfriend masterfully blends romance, suspense, and humor, making it a must-watch drama.